This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for October 5th, 2023. It's currently September 6th, 2023, 9:36 p.m. Eastern Time. The S&P 500 at the time of this reading is currently 4,465.48. And the shuffle file we're about to play for the 5th reading was created on July 28th, 2023 at 1:35 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. So the overall theme and behavior for the day, we have the completion of a bullish trend. It's important to point out that this is also a cross-reading congruency. We have the completion card here that appears the day after we have the tower card, and on the prior day's daily we had the tower card. So on the 1 month it looks like we're probably following a little, like 1 day behind. But with that said, we should see another prominent trough today. And then behavior around the high side, we meet a key resistance that we failed to break through many times before. It could be the same cruelty, depending on how things transpired. It could be the same resistance that was highlighted around the low on the 3rd. That would make sense. And then behavior around the low, we have a rally into a key resistance followed by a decline with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. Usually those spikes up will meet moving averages as resistance, but those spikes, that decline with the spikes up will take us into the low. Advised to be very cautious about trading. There's possibly multiple false tops or bottoms or some sort of whipsaw action. The prudence card indicating to be cautious during trading. And probably the majority, like a real strong amount of volume right at the close. So we probably opened lower. See, we've got the double X here. And we've got the double X here. There's probably a pretty notable drop to the downside overnight into the 5th. And then we have a lot of price change going on in the pre-market. The Prince of Swords is usually like a bunch of volatility. It could be a rally higher, but in a case, it looks like it's probably a rally higher out of a low. And then there's a trade opportunity there first thing in the morning before we see this big move to the upside. And then we have these multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance in that first half hour at a day's high, followed by a decline into an important trough. It won't be I don't think it'll be the low for the day. I think the low is probably in the pre-market there. But there'll be an important trough between roughly 10 and 11, and that trough out of that trough we'll have a big move, especially as we near towards the 11 o'clock hour. There's a important price level that we meet at a high between 11 and 12, and there'll be like some sort of fake out, so we'll probably break through that price level momentarily, and it'll make it look like we're going higher or something along those lines, but instead we turn around and we decline from that high into the 12 to 1 o'clock hour, where we're doing a sideways fluctuating decline. Actually probably continues into the 1 to 2 o'clock hour. And in the 1 to 2 o'clock hour, there's an opportunity there to open up a long position in the midst of the decline. We should see some sideways rotation. It's a pretty tricky day, guys. It's another tricky day, so be careful. Again, I try to avoid trading altogether around the prudence card. We do sideways rotation, and then at the end of the day, we have an overbought peak or crest that we sell off from multiple support levels. There's a lot of volume here at the end of the day, and there's an unexpected opportunity of some kind right at the close. Like it'll stand out amongst other opportunities. I think it's probably another drop. A pretty significant drop overnight. Oh yeah, a really big drop overnight, guys. So the trade that I would make, I wouldn't trade during the day. It's going to be too much going on. I would exit out of a short position here first thing in the morning if I am in a short position. I would get into that short position right at the close in anticipation of a sharp drop with a significant gap down overnight. That's S&P 500 for October 5th. Guys, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You do so here on the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders. 5% of the profits donated back to the channel. Please do so. Thank you very much. 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities, effectively turning some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. And that leaves you with 90% of the money. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you follow those rules, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold through this channel for being an angel investor. I'll see you guys on the next one.